Hello teachers, hello class. We are Marketing Mavericks and today we're gonna present about strategic brand management. My name is Won An. This is the table of contents and I will start with the first part, what influences consumer behavior. Consumer behavior is the study of how individuals, groups, and organizations select, buy, and use of goods, services, ideas, or experiences to satisfy their needs and wants. A consumer's buying behavior is influenced by cultural, social, and personal factors. The first is cultural factors, which exert the broadest and deepest influence. Culture is the fundamental determinant of a person's wants and behavior. Subcultures, including nationalities, religions, racial groups, and geographic regions. When subcultures grow large and affluent enough, company often designs specialized marketing programs to serve them. Social classes are relatively homogeneous and enduring divisions in society who share similar values, interests, and behavior. The next factors is social factors. Social factors including reference groups, cliques, and family. Among three groups, the family is society's most important consumer buying organization, and family members constitute the most influential primary reference group. The family orientation consists of parents and siblings, or a more direct influence on everyday buying behavior is the person's spouse and children. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. The last factors is personal factors, which conclude three aspects. The first is age and stage in age and stage in life cycle. Consumption is shaped by the family life cycle and the number, age, and gender of people in the household at any point in time. In addition, psychological life cycle stages may matter, so marketers should also consider critical life events or transitions like marriage, childbirth, illness, relocation, divorce, and so on. The second is economic consists. In this aspect, marketers try to identify the occupational groups that have above average interest in their products and services, even tailor products for subs. Introduced is personality and the next is personalities and self-concept. By personality, we mean a set of distinguishing human psychological traits that lead to buying behavior. Like self-confidence, dominance, autonomy, difference, sociability, defensiveness, and adaptability. And the last one is lifestyle and values. A lifestyle is a person's pattern of living in the world as expressed in activities, interests, and opinions. Marketers search for relationships between their products and lifestyle groups. And core values go much deeper than behavior or attitude at a basic level guide these choices and desires over the long term. So marketers believe that would appeal to people's inner selves, it is possible to influence their outer selves, meaning their purchase behavior. And now we come to the next part.
So my name is Ken Wing, and now I present the key psychological process. So the stimulus response model is the starting point for understanding consumer behaviors. So next slide, please. So the motivation is the need that can be either biogenetic or arising from physical state of tension or psychogenetic, arising from psychological state of tension. So motivation is the combination of direction a person takes to fulfill the needs and the level of intensity they have in fulfilling them. And Simon Freud believed that the psychological force shaping people behaviors are largely unconscious and that people cannot fully understand their own motivation. And then Frederick Habermas developed a two-factor theory that distinguishes between the factors that cause dissatisfaction and those that cause satisfaction. He argues that the action of dissatisfaction is not enough to motivate a purchase and that satisfier must be present. This theory suggests that understanding consumer motivation is crucial in developing marketing strategy. Marketers need to be aware of unconscious and conscious motivation that drive consumer behavior and tailor their message, product, and communication strategy accordingly. Next slide. Perception in marketing. Perception plays a crucial role in affecting consumer behavior, even more than in reality. There are three perception processes that contribute to why an individual can have different perception of the same object. First, it is selective attention, selective distortion, and selective retention. Selective attention is referred to the process by which individuals screen out most of their stimuli they expose to and only focus on the one that are relevant to their needs. However, even if the stimuli grab consumer attention, they may still interpret it in a way that fits their preconception, leading to the selective distortion. And consumers are likely to distort information to be consistent with their prior beliefs and expectations, which can work in the favor of strong brand. Selective retention refers to the tendency to remember the positive aspect of the product or service that individual like and forget the positive aspect of its competitors. So this explains why reputation is important in marketing to ensure the message is not overlooked. So next slide, please. The process of learning is the result of the interaction between drive stimuli, cues, response, and reinforcement. Drive are strong internal stimuli that compel actions, and cues are minor stimuli that determine where, when, and how a person responds. For example, if someone buys a laptop computers and has a positive experience, they respond to the laptop and the brain will reinforce in a positive way. And on the other hand, discrimination is the tendency to recognize differences in the set of stimuli and adjust to our response accordingly. This means that someone may also learn to differentiate between different products and from the same company. In the other words, marketers can influence consumer behavior by creating positive experience and associating with the product with strong internal stimuli. So the emotional branding and storytelling has been shown to increase the word of mouth and online sharing, leading the company to create more human-central communication to connect with the consumer and engage them with their brand story. And memory is the distinction between the short-term memory and long-term memory. And brand association consists of all brand-related stock, feeling, perception, image, and experience, and so on. Memory encoding describes how and when the information gets into memory, and the strength of resulting association depends on how much attention we pay to the information and encoding and how we process it. And the memory retrieval is the process by which information get out of memory. So the effectiveness of retrieval kills while marketing inside a store is so critical, and product packaging and display can remind consumer information that already conveyed outside the store and becoming a brand determinant of consumer decision making.
So my name is Jam and I will present about the consumer buying process. So next slide, please. So this is the 5 stages model of consumer buying process. So I will explain it one by one. Next slide, please. So the first step of the consumer is problem recognition, and the buying process starts when the buyer recognizes a problem or need that's triggered by internal or external factors. So for example, internal stimulus, someone is thirsty so they want to buy a drink, or external factors such as seeing an ad of a product. So next slide, please. And the next step is information search. There are 2 levels of engagement in this step. First is heightened attention. A person becomes more receptive to information about product. And active information is when the person looks for the reading material, asking friends, going online, visiting store to learn about the product. There are different information sources for consumer, can be categorized like personal sources, commercial, public, experiential. So this is a successive step involved in the consumer decision making. So after gathering enough information, they come one by one on the step. So the company usually want to get their product involved in the set so that it will become one of the choices of the consumer. So next slide, please. So next step is the evaluation of choices, the alternatives. So most current models see the consumer forming their value judgment largely on a conscious and rational basis. So first, they are trying to satisfy a need. Second, they look for a certain benefit. And thirdly, they see each product as a bundle of attributes with varying abilities to deliver the benefits. So through experience and learning, people acquire belief and attitude. And next slide, please. And this is the expectancy value model of attribute formation process that consumer evaluate product and services by combining their brand beliefs and importance. So for example, this is the evaluate of a laptop a product, and the importance of the memory capacity is 40% and its score is 8. So in total, the laptop A scored for 8 among alternatives. So next slide, please. So the next step after evaluate all the alternatives, they come to make a decision of their purchasing. So the consumer forms their preferences among the brands in the choice set and may also form an intention to buy the most interested brand to them. There are two general factors that can relate between the purchase intention and the purchase decision. The first is the attitude of other people, and next is the unexpected situational factors that may erupt to change their purchase intention. So next slide, please. So this is the last step, post-purchase behavior. So after the purchase, the consumer experience is on from noticing the certain features of hearing favorable things about other brand and will be notified to information that support her decision. A satisfied consumer will be more likely to purchase the product again and say positive things about the brand. And dissatisfied consumer contrastly abandon or return the product. Take public action like complaining the company or others, or take private action like not buying the product again and warning friends or families about the products. So that is the 5 steps of the consumer buying process. So the behavioral decision theory, it has identified many situations in which a consumer makes seemingly irrational and emotional choices. So the work of researcher also challenge prediction from economic assumption about rationality, leading to emergence of the field in behavioral economics. So next slide, please. There are two key issues of this behavioral decision theory. So the first is the decision heuristics. Consumer often take mental shortcut called heuristics of rule of thumb in decision process. So there are 3 kinds. The first is the availability heuristic. The next is the representativeness heuristic and the anchoring and adjustment heuristic. So, and the next key issue is the framing. So in this case, the decision framing is the manner in which the choices are presented and seen by the decision maker, and it is based on the context in which the perception is made. So that is my presentation about the buying process. Next, I would like to invite my friend for the next part.
My name is Thảo, and I'm going to present about the organizational buying. So what is organizational buying process? That is the process where organization and business buyers determine which products and services are needed to purchase and then find, evaluate, and choose among alternatives brand. And we have another term is business market. Market which consists of all the organizations that acquire goods and services used in the production of other products or service that are sold, rented, or supplied to others. Some characteristic of business market, including the marketing structure and demand, it include fewer business market contain fewer but larger buyers, or some demand in many business market. It is more inelastic, not affected much in the short run by price change. Secondly, is nature of buying unit, which is business purchase unit involve more buyers or involves of more professional purchasing effort. And the last one is types of decision and the decision process, which include the business process face more complex buying decisions, or in business buying, buyer and sellers work closely together and build long-term relationships. We also have the term buying situation. which includes trade rebuy is a routine purchase decision reorder without any modification, or modified rebuy is a purchase decision that requires some research where the buyer wants to modify the product specification, price, terms, or suppliers, or new test is a purchase decision that requires through research such as a new product. Next one is system buying involves the purchase of a package solution from single seller. We also have two step of process of selling, which include the first one is interlocking products. The second one is system of production, inventory control, distribution, and other services to meet the buyer need or for a smooth running operation. So next one is my friend.
Okay, my name is Kim Thủy, and now I will present about participant in the buying process. Next slide, please. Okay, the buying center include all the organization member who play any of these roles in the purchase decision process, and including initiator, users, influencers, deciders, approvers, buyers, and gatekeepers. Next slide, please. Okay, and in order to identify targeting firm and the buying center, you need to answer for this question. Who are the major decision participants? What decisions do they influence? And what is their level of influence? And the final one is what evaluation criteria do they use?
So my name is Minh Trang, and I will present the last two parts. So the business buying process have 7 stages. Slide. Yes, problem recognition, general need description and product specification, supplier search, proposal solicitation, supplier selection, and then other routine specification. And the last stage is performance review. About the business to business customer relationship, business suppliers and customer are exploring different ways to manage their relationship. And one key aspect of strong customer relationship between business is the concept of vertical coordination. So based on this we can classify into 8 categories: basic buying and selling, bare bones, contextual transaction, customer supply, cooperative system, collaborative, mutually adaptive, and the last one is customer is king. So that is also the last part about our presentation. Thanks for listening.